Baka mamaya yung taong yun nabubuhay na ng matiwasay, masaya, may sarili ng buhay, 'di na nga naalala yung mga nangyari pero ikaw na very vivid pa rin siya sa'yo. So maybe it's time for you to let go of the thought that he or she will say sorry. Welcome to the Brewing a Better You podcast. This is Riuel, and this podcast is about the realities, lessons, self-worth, everything in between for a 30 something, shared by someone navigating life in his 30s blindly and together with the stories of others, because at the end of the day, you don't need to have it all figured out. Ayan. So, quick update, we're now training for our first full marathon, and shout out sa mga also training for their bull run. For the bull run, sino naman naka-receive na ng kanilang race kit, training kit. And if you're training at UP Diliman, kita-kita naman tayo doon. Sabihan niyo naman ako if pupunta kayo doon para at least, ba, makilala ko rin ibang, 30s. No, we're really trying our titonies na ma-achieve natin itong first full marathon natin. And sana maging no injuries and maging healthy tayo during the training and all. So hanggang February lang naman ito. So sana isang marathon lang pero if na-feel natin na parang okay to baka mawili tayo. And so now we're talking about the 10 things that 30-something should learn to let go. And this is already part 2 of the previous week kasi medyo mahaba siya. And we discussed last week yung first 5. So this would be our next 5. And so number 6 is to let go of the fear of letting go of your friendship. Hindi naman sa dahil ayaw mo na sila kanila or dahil di na kayo friends. And you're still friends with them. It's just that you have different seasons. So maybe some of you are in the season of nasa career, peak ng career. Or maybe some of us are in starting a family. Or maybe some of us are, meron na tayong sarili, getting married and then starting a family. Or maybe some of us are breadwinners na they're still living with their parents, taking care of them. So, in short, hindi tayo pare-parehas ng schedule, hindi tayo pare-parehas ng priorities. Kaya may times talagang hindi kaya ng magkita-kita if magkakayayaan, if magka-reunion. And that's part of it. And that's part of life. But, when the timing is right, kaya na mag-catch up, kaya na mag-set, kaya na magkita-kita, alam mo yun, kahit na hindi kayo magkausap palagi in your social media or in the messenger or kung ano mang chat ninyo, alam niyo pa nagkita-kita kayo, same stories pa rin, same yung tinatawanan, same pa rin ang kalokohan, same pa rin ang pinag-uusapan since college, since nung high school. Kasi pare-parehas pa rin naman kayong ng pinagdaanan sa buhay. Parehas pa rin kayo ng pinanggalingan. So, you can only enjoy your today if you accept that you're in a different path. You're in a different season with your friends. And that's totally fine. But during those time na hindi kayo nagkakausap, di kayo nagkakakitaan, when you see them really being successful, nag-achieve ng kung ano man, genuinely be supportive to them. Just a quick chat na, uy, congrats, uy, galing mo. It doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be kailangan mo magkakasama kayo or nakapost din siya. A quick chat, a quick message is a real help, is a big help for someone who really cares about the relationship, cares about their friendship. And, low-key, low maintenance lang siya. And sobrang ganda nun. So, sample nito, it was 2 months ago. It took my friends and I almost 10 years, almost 5 years kaming hindi nagkita-kita. Pero nagkita-kita may parang ganun pa rin. Medyo medyo nag-mature lang pero yung ugali medyo childish pa rin and all. Pero, magkaka-chat pa rin kami na, uy, congrats dito sa new job mo, na-promote ka, isa may anak na. So, nandun pa rin naman yung pagkakaibigan. So next, number 7 is the fear of starting over. So based on the people that I chat and talk with and based on the people that I coached, I mean, kaya naman sila takot mag-start over again kasi ang dami na nilang financial responsibilities. And that's because of they fear of having lower income. 'Di ba? Dahil ang dami mo ng financial responsibilities, hindi dahil sa takot kang mag-restart from a higher income to a lower income. It's because you cannot sustain anymore yung life that you currently have. 'Di ba? So, ano ba yung mga example natin na financial responsibilities? Some of us have already house loan, home loan, mortgage, car mortgage, their life insurances na nag-start na, and of course, yung lifestyle na nakagihasnan, nakasanayan. And I totally understand that. Kaya before you jump, so ito yung advice ko, before you jump and start over, make sure to prepare your emergency fund, your, ano to, dapat prepared ka sa if ever mo ba yung income mo, kaya ka pa rin sustain ng savings mo para, alam mo yun, magawa mo pa rin yung gusto mong magawa sa buhay. Or if kaya mo namang i-lower yung lifestyle mo para at least, I mean, mas ma-prolong mo yung pag-gather ulit ng enough credentials, enough experience doon sa new chapter mo sa buhay. So, I mean, doesn't mean that when you restart, you're really restarting from zero. But now that you're in your 30s, dala-dala mo experience mo from your 20s. Diba? So, hindi lang naman ito about sa career. Pwede rin ito pumasok sa relationship. I saw a post earlier that 12 years worth of relationship was parang sinayang, nawala. Hindi man sinayang, nawala. But it's now more of you bringing in the experience mo during your past relationship onto the next on how you should be treated and how you should carry or be or treat your partner. Diba? So, it's okay to start over again and that, with the experiences na dala mo. And so, next, number 8 is to let go of the flex culture. So, ano ba yung flexing? Flexing is when you flaunt something, maybe new car, new gadgets, new anything achievements mo. I'm into not not to brag but to inspire. Pero kasi may times na na-abuse na siya. Diba? So, why let go of flexing? Kasi flexing for me is like a trap. Kasi inisip mo lagi yung caption mo, yung pag-post mo, yung image mo, yung angle mo, yung kung ano man yan na dapat maganda itong image na tong pinoportray mo na yan, to the point na parang hindi na siya totoo, hindi na siya authentic, hindi na siya real. And mahirap na dito mahirap pa dito if yung post mo, you really put in the work to get that magandang caption, magandang anything, edited and all. Tapos nakita mo yung ng post mo na siya na kailang oras na pero parang onti lang yung engagements. Then nakita mo yung sa ibang tao, bakit ang dami yung sa kanya? So unconsciously, you're comparing yourself with others. Highlights din, 'di ba? So or maybe someone else see it, if someone else sees your post and then siya rin tuloy parang I mean, hindi mo naman maisip kung ano yung pwede nilang maisip pero baka mamaya ma-down din sila. So, baka mamaya, I mean, nako-compare. Pero if it's ako nagpo-post ako with a caption na, okay, caption lang na one-liner. Kasi ang main purpose ko lang naman do'n, ginagamit ko yung social media as my album for memories na, ito yung nangyari this year or kahit stories lang ito, this time of the year. So, parang alam mo yun, meron kang, ayun yung kinaganda ng Facebook memories or this day last year. Ano, tama ba yung term ko? Basta parang ganun. Na meron kang remembrance ng mga nagawa mo. And it won't take space sa phone mo or sa gadget mo para maalala ito. So, yun yung purpose naman nun sa akin. Then, one more thing about flexing is that mamaya nahihirapan ka tuloy makahanap ng joy, ng simple joy sa small wins mo na kasi ilagi mo nang hinahanap yung magandang post, ay magandang engagement, magadaming likes, madaming shares. Maraming nagko-congratulates, maraming engagements. So, hindi mo na tuloy maano na yung simpleng mga bagay na blessings na sa'yo. So, dahil nag-seek ka ng external validation, hindi na yung sarili mong validation lang. So, ayun tuloy, naging cycle tuloy siya. Kaya nagiging trap. Kaya siya trap for me. Ayan. So, next, number 9 is to let go of overcommitment or people-pleasing. So, alam mo yun, na pag-usapan na to sa mga sa isa sa previous episode, it's that saying yes to something might be saying no to yourself, and baka mamaya nag-overcommit ka na sa kanila, kahit puno na yung schedule mo, puno ka na, and drained ka na, ubos na yung energy mo. So, now that you're in your 30s, now that we are in your 30s, what really matters is where do you put your energy, your limited energy, and if this activity ba, if this event, does it energize you or drains you? So, yun na yung importante ngayon at we are in 30s. You have to choose where to put your energy. So, choose what will please you and not please others. Kasi, yun nga, still, medyo connected pa rin to sa external validation, external applause, and yung kanina nga na, medyo may pagka-flex culture if, nandito ako. It's okay to embrace that FOMO. Kasi every time na nagpo-FOMO ka means that you're choosing something else that you think that's more of importance para sa'yo. And lastly is to let go of resentments, yung mga grudge, yung mga tinanim mong galit. If mapagtanim ka ng galit, mapagtanim ka ng inis, maybe it's time to recheck if valid pa din ba na yung inis mo sa kanila. 'Di ba? So, maybe meron kang taong kiniinisan na dati pa na sa sobrang inis mo hanggang ngayon, they're living rent-free in your head. 'Di ba? So, baka mamaya yung taong yun nabubuhay na ng matiwasay, masaya, may sarili ng buhay, di na naalala yung mga nangyari, pero ikaw, na very vivid pa rin siya sa'yo. So, maybe it's time for you to let go of the thought that he or she will say sorry, that it won't happen anymore, and but ano man, you have to forgive already. Forgive him or her and also forgive yourself na ang tagal mong inimbak sa utak mo yung kanyang ginawa. So, tali ka pa din sa galit niya. So ngayon, let go already, even if alam mong hindi siya magsasorry. But, you have to guard your heart and mind that when you encounter this person again, hindi mo na iaalaw na maapektuhan ka ulit niya. And it's more liberating, it's more freeing para sa'yo na hindi mo na siya iniisip and you can focus more on others. Ay, sorry, bigla ko naalala tuloy itong isang si King Archer. Naalala ko naman tuloy siya na kasi naungkat na naman itong video na ito na supposed to be ipinasa niya kay Jeric Teng. Wala, hanggang ngayon naungkat na naman. So, alam mo yun, nakakatawa pa rin siyang isipin kasi same batch pa rin, tatawanan, ito, sayang, ganyan. Pero, katatawanan na lang siya. Na, medyo nainis ka pa rin. Pero, medyo katatawanan na lang siya. And, tapos naman yung issue na yun. Ayun lang, nabigla ko lang naisip. So, ayun. So, that's the 10 things that we should learn to let go now that we're in our 30s. And it's not that easy to let go of everything that we mentioned. Take note that everything that I'm talking in this podcast is para din naman sa akin. Kaya ako natutuwa with doing this podcast is natututo rin ako kasi I'm researching about it as well. And yun nga, I'm navigating life blindly as well on my 30s. And hopefully, sabay-sabay tayo mag-grow, sabay-sabay tayo mag-brew to a better us, to better you. And maybe if you don't know yet what you want in life, maybe start to just let go first, diba? And it will help you to have real peace, authentic peace para sa'yo, para when the timing is right, nagkaroon ka na ng breakthrough, alam mo na, you know already which things to let go. Ayun lang. So, sa tingin mo, of the 10 things that we mentioned, that we discussed, alin doon ay ipaprioritize mo? Alin doon yung unahin mo? And share mo naman yan if you find this podcast helpful, and if sa tingin mo someone else would also benefit from this, please share this into your Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and tag me at Your Life Engineer. Follow me for more kind of contents like this. And if you think something else na gusto nyo pang pag-discuss, or gusto nyo pang sabihin ko, or gusto nyo pang i-share ko, let me know in the comment section, or message me at Your Life Engineer. And ayun lang. So, see you in the next episode. And see you sa mga tumatakbo, sa mga runners, sa mga training sa ating marathon. And see you sa UP. Bye-bye!